Welcome to all my travelers out there. I am your host, Darren Beckett, and this is the Global Travel Podcast. For those who do not know my travel resume, I've been to 13 states, 15 countries on 5 different continents, but it is not about me. Here, we are giving you quality travel tips, insights, and recommendations on all the best destinations for ideas to enjoy your vacations. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We are all clear for takeoff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we reach our destination, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and if you can do me a huge favor, if you can go into the comment section below, type in the words, "I got my ticket." And at the end of the show, I'm going to come back, I'm going to respond to see how your experience went with us, okay? So with that being said, on today's episode, we are taking a trip to Bolivia. So make sure you got your passports, your earphones, and something to snack on. We have a very special guest with us here today. But before I introduce him, let me just say this. Now, when you think of travel, this is the man that comes to mind. He's been everywhere. He's been to 10 different states, not in the United States, but in India. So he's in India right now. And then he's also been to 37 countries. So if Bolivia's on your list, you definitely want to pay attention. You definitely want to take some notes. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Raja Ghosh. How you doing today, brother?
Hi, I'm doing great. And how are you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Can't complain. Another beautiful day.
And whenever it comes to Bolivia, I love to talk about Bolivia because it's one of the most beautiful countries I've been, and it's a gem in South America. It's a
Cool.
gem.
And we're gonna be all up in Bolivia. Believe that. So you know what? You're in India right now. Tell us where you're from, what you do, work, hobbies. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm basically from the east of India, and I'm from a state called Bengal. We are very close to Bangladesh,
Mhm.
and as we know that in India we have so many different culture and different language. I speak Bengali as my mother tongue, which is same as the mother tongue of Bangladesh. And right now I'm 23. I just turned 23 like this month, and so I was doing my graduation, and during that I thought that so life is there's so much things to do in life, but right now I have my bones and I have my balls. I can just travel right now for cheap, because once you go old you cannot travel for cheap. You have to have some things to take care of yourself and family and etc. So now is the time to hit the road, and that's the time I started saving, and I saved something doing small jobs and everything, and I went on planning for a small trip for a month, and I was like, cool, I can travel for longer. And then I went on for this long world trip. We started from Europe. I traveled like 3 or 4 months in Europe, and then I flew to South America. I was supposed to be there for a year, but thank God for COVID. I had to return home after some months, so I couldn't complete my trip, or else I would have ended up in US, which was my end point of this world trip. But finally, I was in
Uh-huh.
Brazil, where I learned some surfing. So I was learning surfing, and I was stuck in the best beach during this whole lockdown situation. And after that, I have returned home right now. It's been more than 6 months in home, and my head is like cracking up for traveling. Like I just want to go somewhere, be mountains or be a beach. So I'm planning something for
Uh-huh.
next weekend around India. But if we talk about
Mhm.
internationally, I don't think so how things gonna work out. But I have a ticket to New York for the April of next year. I hope by
Mhm.
April I can travel to your country and explore US. So that's it
Yeah, love to
working with
have
me
you.
right now.
Yeah, and I'll
So
let you know a couple places that you need to go to when you come to America. So New
yep.
York is a good place to go to. They got a lot of good food. Florida, if you like the beaches and whatnot, Florida has great,
Miami
is probably
is
the
in my
best.
list.
So yeah, you already know. And then also, if you can make your way to the West Coast, you got to come. I'm in California, man, so you got to come to Cali. It's some good places in San Diego, LA, San
Mhm.
Francisco. So those are some of the places you might want to check out if you get the chance.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So I might go to the West Coast, but my initial plan is to go down to Mexico and keep traveling southwards, because I'm a budget traveler, and US kind of is the expensive world of traveling.
Yes.
So maybe
Yes.
just a little bit of US. Then after some time, again the West Coast maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're not going anywhere. Come back next time. That's fine. If we're not going anywhere anytime soon, at least nothing I know of. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about a little about India. Since that you're in India right now. What time? Right now it's late. It's like 9 p.m. my time. It's what
So at my
10:30.
clock, 10:40.
10:40. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
10:40.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like 15 hours ahead or something like that. I don't know. You to do the math.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I'm glad it, the technology. That's what the power of technology. It can work in good for you. So what about India? Tell us about your particular state that you live in, language, food, culture, all that.
So my state is called West Bengal, as I said before, and it's a kind of a sister of Bangladesh. So our state both have the sea, which is the Bay of Bengal, and we also have a part of the Himalayas. We have this famous place called Darjeeling, which
Mhm.
has the world's most expensive tea. And rest we have a plain landscape. Our culture is Thai food, of course, and we love to eat fish and a lot of non-veg, which is not
Uh-huh.
very like the direction of India. There's a lot of vegetarians in India, like 40% of Indians are vegetarian,
Oh
but
wow.
our state is hardcore vegetarian.
Wow, wow, that's a lot. That's a big. In
Yep.
the United States, this
Yeah.
is not too. Our percentage of vegetarians is probably not 40%. I can bet that.
No,
Interesting.
maybe 4%.
Maybe right, maybe 4%. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not the healthiest country, but hey, I guess it is what it is.
No,
Um,
it's fun to have non-veg. I'm on your
yeah,
side. As I said, my state is non-vegetarian. So high five.
ah, there we go, brother. There we go. So far as
Yeah.
well, so I know I don't know how to speak. What's the language again?
So in India, we have like 30 official languages. We
Uh-huh.
don't have one official language. We have 30 official language. So in my state, we speak Bengali,
Hmm.
Bengali, and English is spoken everywhere in India.
Okay, that's actually important to know. So yeah, we can get around because
Yeah.
as I'm sure us Americans, we only speak English, unfortunately. A lot of other countries, especially Europe and other countries like India, you guys speak 3, 4, 5 different languages, and it's normal
Yeah.
for. Oh, that's a lot of respect. A lot
Yeah,
of
it's normal for Indians to speak three, four languages is normal. Like to go around because whenever we cross the state, others has a different language. They cannot speak our language. So we have the
Mm-hmm,
common language of English, and then we
mm-hmm.
have the second common language, which is called Hindi, which is
Hindi.
widely spoken around the country. And
Uh-huh.
then we have the state languages.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that, man? That's a lot of languages to learn, man. I don't know how you
But but
guys do it,
I know you guys in the United
but
States have a lot of people speaking Spanish and English. Like I did the research and the southern part and California. I think you can speak Spanish.
yeah,
I'm predicting you can speak. Yeah.
that's good. That's a good
So
prediction. Yeah. I
you guys have two.
so yeah. Yeah. A lot of folks. I mean, it's heavily populated with Spanish speakers, so it's almost like you can't help but to learn at least something. So
Yep.
definitely. And then, far as the food, what is like good food to try in India? What do you recommend?
Uh, okay, I cannot recommend anything vegetarian because it's nothing special in my state, but I would recommend you try the mutton, which we say as the lamb. The lamb curry is one of the best we can have. And
Mm-hmm,
we generally don't eat a lot of beef because we actually don't eat beef. It's against our religious values. But you can
mm-hmm,
try the lamb. The lamb is spicy and delicious. And
mm-hmm.
rest we have, I think we have so many things to try, especially the street foods. Like you have a variety of street foods, but be prepared to get some problem because you're not used to that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a recommendation to when you come to India, at least have 30 days because you need 20 days to adjust to India. So the first 20 days is going to be very tough for you. Like it's something I have heard from travelers who come from Western world that for 20 days they struggle. That after 20 days, when they are set for Indian level, they don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so I either do 20 days or you just go back after below 20 days.
And that's it's funny that you mentioned that because I've actually heard the same thing. I had actually heard because, like you said, our I don't know if it's the biochemistry in our stomach or in our gut lining, or I don't know the science of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, when we go over there, or I guess other folks, I hear a lot about food poisoning when we go to India.
Yeah.
So that's I think this is because it's just a different culture, different, everything's just different there. So if we get stay there long enough, I'm sure we'll get used to it, adapt, and it'll be normal for us too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you have survived 20 days or 3 weeks, you can
Mhm.
good to go for 3 months or more.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what is there?
Also the chaos, like
Right.
this the street chaos. But the best thing, since we're talking about Bolivia,
Uh-huh.
just want to mention right now. So I've traveled 37 countries, and everywhere it's like very chilled. The streets are very good. The drivers give like preference to the pedestrian.
Mhm.
But only in Bolivia is the only country I've been where I feel like I'm back in India. So there's a lot of similarities between Bolivia and India. No one gives a fuck about the pedestrians.
Uh-huh.
Like, and everyone is honking. I feel like, wait, I'm back in home. So
Yeah. That's nice.
Bolivia has a lot of similarities with India.
Cool. So before we go to Bolivia, let's go. Okay, so we spent some time in India. You have 37 countries to choose from. So we're gonna hold off on Bolivia. We got a little ways to get there. So what country do you want to start first? Where do you want to start first to let us know what to do,
So
recommendations?
so I would say that from my favorite, which is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite country, is Philippines.
Mm.
It's so great. The people are so good, and the best part is everyone speaks English, so there's no problem, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone is so friendly. Like you feel like, why are they so friendly with me? Like, are they gonna they're gonna use me, or they're gonna kidnap me or something? But they're friendly, genuinely,
Yeah.
and it's super cheap. And if you're a person who loves sea,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta go to Philippines and enjoy the sea. It's so much fun in Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the country I would still recommend on my top list.
Mm-hmm.
Philippines.
Okay.
Nothing can beat that.
Okay. What
Uh,
about the food there? What did you eat as far as the food?
no. Wait, you're gonna stop there. Philippines is a country you are not going for food. I would say bring your backups. Bring
Okay.
something on your bag from your home, because I don't know why. Everything is good in Philippines, but the food for outsiders like us,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the best. If you like
Mm-hmm.
fish, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna enjoy some fish, but they have some really weird food. Like they have something called balut.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a half egg, which is like, you can, when you break the egg, you can already see the bird. You can see feathers, and
Oh.
they eat that. uh,
Oh.
and they eat that like you will find people in the streets selling balut. It's, you can just Google balut in Philippines. It's so weird, and they eat that in front of you. And me, I think I almost puked while seeing that. I don't even want to try.
Yeah. I think that's a little different for us in America as well. That's a little but you know what? Well, I don't know if I would try that per se. That's a little, I think, out of my range. But I always try to tell our travelers and our listeners out there, when you go to a different country, try their food, try the local food. But sometimes, you do have that
Yep.
line. You do have that line that
Yeah.
I'm not crossing that one.
Yeah.
I can't do that one. So I understand when it comes to Philippines. I got that. All right, make sure the food. So what I know it's beautiful in Philippines, the beaches, what is there to do and see and all that.
So out of the things you have to do is, like, you have to skip the capital. There's nothing to do in capital, just big buildings. You're gonna fly to Palawan, and in Palawan you do boat tours. Every day you can do different boat tours, and you're gonna see beautiful corals. They're gonna take you in the boat early in 7 in the morning and
Mm-hmm.
drop you back in the hostel at say 5 or 6 in the evening, and you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see so many things. You're gonna snorkel. If you're good in swimming, you're gonna enjoy it. There's so many big, like, islands, and there's small islands, and there's so much sea nature to see.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something you do in the north of Philippines. And there's a small island, no, actually big island in south of Philippines, which is called Cebu, where
Mm-hmm.
you can do an incredible thing. You can swim with whale sharks. Like, they're like 1 meter close to you, and they're huge. They're like 20 meters, 30 meters huge. I don't know
Wow.
if people in states can understand meters, but uh, that's the
That's
point of
okay.
reference.
Yeah, that's all right. We can Google it if we need to find out. Yep.
Yeah. So they're like huge whale sharks, and you're gonna be in the sea. and people there were like 20 sharks around you. It's a different feeling. You feel so small, and you also feel afraid, and you also feel happy. And there's another place you should go is Kawasan Falls, where you're going to do canyoning. So it's an activity where they take you to the top of a mountain with a bike, and then you have a guide with you, and you have all the gears, and you're going to follow the trail of the waterfall, like the waterfall coming from the top of the mountain, and you're going to use ropes. You're going to jump in this waterfall. You're going to swim in the waterfall, and you're going to go end up in the ground level. It's another level of activity. Like you're going to jump 15 feet, 20 feet, and if you don't jump properly, you're gonna hit your ass. I hit my ass, but it's fun.
That sounds
Yeah,
like fun, man. I really
yeah,
like the idea of swimming with the whale sharks out there. And I think that's
yeah.
something I want to do.
It's
I
it's
know I
called
have.
it's called the place called Oslo in Cebu,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's
I'm
very
gonna.
cheap. Like you're gonna do it for something around $25.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
yeah,
super cheap.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do it two times, I think.
Yeah, I think that'll be real cool. Yeah, and then far as like, what's the weather like in Philippines? Is it hot and sticky, or is it cool? What type of weather is it?
It's hot, but not so sticky. It's
Okay.
always hot and not so sticky. You're gonna be careful about the rain because it's kind of very much prone to rain and so many storms happening. So I would
Mm-hmm.
prefer a month of November, December, January,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
Feb. And the rest of the year during the summers, I think it's kind of rainy. So probably skip that. But it's not too sticky, but it's never cold. It's warm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Philippines sound like that's a place that we need to visit. That's definitely on my bucket list. So I heard great things about Philippines. I saw the pictures and it looks gorgeous. So cool. Philippines is definitely on the list. Move it up if it's on your list. Move it up closer to number one. And then what other countries? Well, take us to another country. Where we ain't at. We got a long ways to go. So take us to another country.
So, so my first trip of this whole trip was Turkey. I didn't plan for Turkey. It was like last minute decision. I got my ticket like 5 hours before the flight
Mm-hmm.
due to some reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And Turkey is really like the first problem in Turkey is like after you move out from the capital Istanbul, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot find anyone talking English.
Mm.
So even the bus drivers and everywhere speaks a different language, and it was first time for me to communicate with someone with a different language. It was kind of little
Mm-hmm.
tough,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, the results are so good because the country is so beautiful. You got to do that effort of translation by yourself, and the bus will take you to a good city, and you can see so much to like please your eyes. There's places like Istanbul is a great city. We know Istanbul is one of the
Mm-hmm.
top city in the world, and then
Mm-hmm.
skip that, and when you go east towards Turkey to the Asian side, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go to a place called Goreme,
Mm-hmm.
where you can say Cappadocia, where you can see sunrise with like hundreds of balloons,
Oh, hot air
hot air
balloons.
balloons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that wallpaper picture is gonna stay with you forever. Like that's worth it going to Gorime. And you can do it in two times. If you go in summers, you're gonna have the dry desert. If you go in winters, they do it for a few times, and it's all covered with snow. Yet they fly the hot air balloons, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go all the way to Mardin, which is near to like Syria and Iraqi border. People might be cautious, but it's one of the oldest city in the world. I don't know the math, but some 1,000 years old, and it feels like a setup of a game where you are stuck in the game, and you can see all old buildings, and the sunset sunrise is awesome. Turkey and the food, wow, it's cheap and it's delicious, but for non-veg. If you're a vegetarian, your list is still low.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, vegetarians have a hard time getting around and
Yeah.
eating good food in different countries. So Turkey's one of those places where you probably ain't going to get a lot of vegetarian options. So
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, man, Turkey. I've never been to Turkey. Definitely want to go to Turkey. And far as the food, is there anything in particular that you can recommend that's pretty good there?
I think there's Turkish. If you're into dessert, this Turkish Delight. They call it Turkish Delight,
Mm.
and these are like found everywhere in the street. It's very yummy. And
Mm-hmm.
apart from food, I would just divert. Turkey makes very good tea. So everywhere you see people having tea and having a smoke. I don't recommend smoking, but tea. Everyone has tea everywhere, and the tea is super good. Like Turkish tea is famous, kind of famous, and they gave it in a very nice glass. And you're gonna try the tea, and once you try the tea, you're gonna have the tea every day, like 4 times, I guess, while you're in Turkey. And that's the thing I
Right,
would
right.
recommend.
Okay, good, good, good.
And
So
I would
go ahead.
just I'll just jump from Turkey to Europe.
Let's
So
go.
most of people, when you go to Europe, we go to the Western Europe, let's say France, Netherlands, Germany, or Italy.
Mm-hmm.
But very less travelers come to the Eastern Europe, or we say Balkans. Uh, I was there in Europe. I started with Paris. I
Mm-hmm.
personally didn't like Paris because the people are so like, why are you here?
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
and so and the only place I felt very sad being a solo traveler was in front of Eiffel Tower, because I see everywhere couples proposing and doing stuff, and that's the only place in my whole like traveling adventure I felt so lonely. Like, why am I in Paris alone by myself? So if you are
Uh-huh.
a solo traveler and you're listening, I'm telling to you guys, don't go to Paris alone. just get
No.
a, just get someone and go to Paris, but don't go to Paris, or just keep it for your honeymoon or something. Everywhere is
Mm-hmm.
fine,
Yeah.
but don't go
Uh-huh.
in front of Eiffel Tower alone. It's very sad.
Yeah, yeah. Paris is more of a romantic area, more romantic country. You definitely want to, or city. You definitely want to travel there when you have a significant other, whether it's a honeymoon or whether you guys are just, having like an
Dating or something,
anniversary.
just a fun
Y-
trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but not alone.
Not
It's
alone.
kind of
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are I know you're alone, but as far as like we know Eiffel Tower, we all know Eiffel Tower. What are some other things that to do that folks aren't really too aware of other than the Eiffel Tower?
Oh, to be honest, this is a country I really skipped up first because I didn't like the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I would recommend you ask someone expert of Paris. But I was there for 2 nights,
Mm-hmm.
and I just ran away from the city. I didn't like it, to be honest. Not any hard feelings for Paris, but I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't like it. I didn't connect with the city.
Mm-hmm.
So can't really say something apart from Eiffel Tower or Louvre.
Oh, the
I think
Louvre.
the Louvre, the museum where they have the Mona Lisa, and
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
few baguettes and just few croissant, and I left the city.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what? Let's go to another country then. Let's take us to somewhere where you like a little more.
I liked it. So I was in Europe everywhere. It was okay, 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 fun.
Uh-huh.
And people have a very different image of Germans. They say Germans are very rude, or as we know, as we heard, the Germans are very, I would say, very cold. But when I
Mm-hmm.
went to Berlin, it changed the whole perspective of Germany. Like Berlin is so much fun. The history is so deep. If you're into history, and it's so connecting. Like every city I go, I do the free walking tours, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I like it. Sometimes I leave in the middle because it gets boring.
Mm-hmm.
But Berlin, they did a 4 hour walking tour, and I was deep into the history. Like it's so much. It pulls you so much. Berlin has so much to offer you. Like do visit Berlin when you're in Europe. It's great. But if you're coming to fun and beauty, I would just fast forward all the way go to Balkans. Places like Serbia, Macedonia, Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia. These countries are gem.
Mm-hmm.
These are so much less discovered, and you feel like a traveler there. Whereas in the other parts, you feel like a tourist. So I would highly recommend you guys to just go to these countries, especially North Macedonia. It's so much good and fresh. You don't see any tourist trap. You don't see any big activities. Prices are like locals. You
Uh-huh.
see locals traveling, and it's fresh and beautiful. Like highly recommend you guys go to these countries in the Balkan region, which are like North Macedonia, Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bosnia, I would say be a little careful in Bosnia.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know if I don't know if I should say that, but Bosnian people are kind of racist. Uh,
Okay.
so be careful. I met so many dark Americans who had faced problem, have faced problem.
Oh,
They just don't like us, although they are dark. Even they're as dark as we are. They're actually brown,
uh-huh.
but I don't know. I don't know what's the deal with them. We were confused. Like I met two Arab Americans there, and they were like, "Let's leave the country as fast we can." It wasn't that pleasant.
The next
But
flight
the
out,
food,
man, we got to go. Okay, talk about the
but the
food.
food,
That's always good.
the food, the food in
Okay.
where I was talking about food in Bosnia and Herzegovina is awesome.
Hmm.
It has Turkish influence, but you're gonna try the I forgot the names actually. There's something called the balaklava
Hmm.
or something like that. It's a meat in the bread and they roast it in some different technique with some cheese on top.
Hmm.
It's epic. It's epic. You're gonna
Mm.
try food in. You're gonna eat a lot and you're gonna gain at least a couple of kilos in Bosnia. But then you have to run fast if you're dark.
So you gonna burn all them calories, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how it works, and it is what it
Yeah.
is. So all right, cool. So Bosnia, definitely for us darker folks out there, you might want to be careful hitting Bosnia up. But if you do like good food, I guess they got some good food in Bosnia. So in Bosnia, being honest with you, wasn't really on my list, but I do want to hit it just to say I did. So I don't know if I'm going to stay there long or not.
Yeah, I
Um,
was I was just for 3 days, but it's fun. It's there's some fun things to do. There are really fun things to do. You just if you're around, just pay a visit for 2 days and tick off the fun things. I recommend you go to Mostar and the capital.
mhm.
Just be there for 2 days. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys not know much about these countries.
Mhm.
I would recommend you Montenegro, Macedonia, Albania. Just just be there around this 4 or 5 countries for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. So yeah, Bosnia, put it on your list if it's not, and definitely hit it up when you got the little free time and whatnot. And then what other countries? Take us to another country. Let's get up out of Bosnia. Let's go to somewhere else. A little more welcoming.
Welcoming Italy. Can't be more welcoming. Go to Italy and make sure you have at least 20 to 20 days to a month in Italy. Italy has
Hmm.
lot to offer. Starting from the food, from the espresso, and from the beautiful people and beautiful beaches.
Hmm.
So I was there in Italy for 15 days. I did Venice, Milan, Pisa, Rome, Florence,
Hmm.
Naples, Amalfi Coast. Well, that's all I could do in this 15 days period of time. But you have so much more to go, like Alberobero, Sicily. Just be in Italy, and you're gonna find that you gotta go get the best of Europe in just in one country. You're gonna
Hmm.
find snow-capped mountain. You're gonna find good and great beaches,
Hmm.
great people, and also you're gonna find good if you like villages. You're gonna find nice villages in Italy to stay, and it's a different experience. You can make wine. You're gonna find cheap wine for like $2, and they're really good.
Wow.
And not in the restaurant, but in the supermarket,
Right.
and you're
Right.
gonna enjoy it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've been to
Really, go to
Italy.
Italy.
I've been to Rome. Rome was very historic, a lot of history, a lot of culture. Italy has a lot of history, and y'all want to definitely
Yeah.
like Vatican City. I was in, with the Vatican City. No, I lied. I didn't go to Vatican City, but I saw like the Colosseum and all that. It was some other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but lot of his it's rich in culture.
Yeah.
So Italy is.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Italy is something or a place that you want to go. Now, all of the places that you've been, all the cities that you've been in Italy, which one did you like the most out of those places?
Florence.
Why
Florence.
is that?
It's art, the art and architecture and the weather. It's unreal. Like if you're into art and stuff, I'm not into art and stuff. Still, I loved Florence because it was great, super great. But if I want to say just the one spot of Italy I liked, it's not Florence. It's the Amalfi Coast. It's south of Naples. It's the coast where you
Mm-hmm.
have the black sand beach, and you see the buildings
Mm.
hanging out from the like in the hills, and you're gonna swim in the sea. And Amalfi Coast. Just Google it and
Mhm.
you're gonna fall in love with the pictures and everything. It's definitely a place to go,
Right,
Amalfi Coast.
right. Yep. Yeah, man.
Mm.
Italy, you can't, you got your Florence, your Rome and Sicily and all that. You have to go to
Yeah.
Italy. I'm
Venice.
pretty sure that's probably Venice, and that's another. Yeah, Venice. I'm sure it's higher on your list, but move it higher, because
Yeah.
it's a place to go to like sooner than later. So, all right. It look, time. We are flying. We are now officially. We just touched down. We getting off the plane. We stretching our legs. So, tell us a little bit about Bolivia. Is that
Bolivia.
you? Is that
Sorry.
what's the? Is that you hear that noise? Is that okay? It went away. It went away. Got it.
We the noise. The noise is actually so my grandmom is doing some rituals in the house. It's like
Oh,
worshiping God. That's from that.
okay.
I think it's
That ain't
yeah,
noise.
I
My
think it's
bad.
down. Yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
Well, we do. Yeah. Anyway,
That's
doesn't
not
matter.
noise.
Doesn't matter. First time stuff.
But yeah. That I like that. But let's yeah. So yeah, what do you recommend? What should we do first in Bolivia now that we're here? We didn't touch down.
So so I would say if you are flying to Bolivia, it's going to have a different experience. But if you, I would recommend you not to
Mhm.
fly. How do I portray? Mm, Don't fly out from Bolivia or don't fly in from Bolivia. So do consider Bolivia as a one-way ticket and consider Chile as the other way ticket. So it's gonna enhance your experience better. So
Uh-huh.
since I was in Chile and I entered, wait, let the sound go and then I'll continue
It's all
talking.
it's all good.
Okay, okay. So I was in Chile and I was in Atacama, the driest place in the world, or the driest place, as they say. So from Atacama, you can enter Bolivia doing a 3 days expedition where you are in a 4x4 and you have no internet and you have no roads. So they take you to the desert, it's high up. If you're into height sickness, get some pills, but
Okay.
do get there, don't get afraid, because
Hmm.
you see different colors of mountains, different shades. You see like gas coming out from the surface. You see the beautiful creature which looks like a sheep, llamas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Llamas?
and yeah,
Okay, yep.
yeah, and then you sleep in huts and tents with some indigenous people. They cook for you, and you feel sick. Then you recover the next day because of the height sickness,
Hmm.
and then next day again you go on experience. You are in the middle of a desert. It's a big desert in a 4x4, no internet. There's jars of gas in your car for the backup, and that's it. And for 3 days, the first 2 days you are in the desert, and on the third day you enter the big salt flat, the
Hmm.
salt flat of Uni, the Bolivian salt flat. And the
Hmm.
last day you're gonna just drive all in the salt flat, take amazing pictures of the perspective. Uh, go during the months of January, February, because those are the months you're going to get the both of the salt flat. One is the dry one and another is the wet one. So there's a little layer of water and it's going to give you the mirror effect. It's going to reflect, and those ones are awesome, like one of the best part of Bolivia. And if you're into activities, just the list is going to go continue with the Bolivia. Can you hear me because of the audio or the noise or the
I
ritual?
can hear both. I can hear both. Yeah, but I'm listening. Yep.
Okay. So after that, so either you're gonna enter to Bolivia doing that, or you're gonna exit Bolivia doing that.
Hmm.
So you're gonna end up in Uni. Let me just explain my
Hmm.
experience. So after doing this 3 days trip, the last day you stayed in a hotel which is made of salt. So you can literally lick the walls and you can feel salt. The surface is salt, everything's salt. The bed is also made with salt bricks, and they have a cushion on top of it. It's a different experience, and there's
Hmm.
no internet, so you don't have to just do Instagramming or something. You're just gonna enjoy the place and no problem.
Hmm.
And great food, they provide great food in the whole trip. It costs around, I would say, $110,
Hmm.
very cheap for 3 days,
Hmm.
and you're
Hmm.
gonna have your best experience. So you're going to end up in Uni. If you're flying to Bolivia, you're going to start from Uni. But if you're entering Bolivia, you're going to end up in Uni. So I was in Uni.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a rest in Uni. Then I went to the capital, La Paz. La Paz is one of the highest city in the world. So if you have
Mm.
problem with breathing, you can shorten the period. But if you have no problem with breathing, you're gonna enjoy the city. It's so old, you feel like you're in somewhere in a village, but it's so big. This is one of the cities in the world where they have local transport, which is a cable car. So you pay the local transport fees and you fly around the city. It's filled with mountains, and you have the cable cars where they guide you everywhere. And in La Paz, you're going to try the local food. They have it's like India. You have street foods which are like they sell in locals. They have small benches in the street, and you're going to eat there. There's so many cheap stuff to buy. It's one of the cheapest country I've been, and it's one of the cheapest country in the world. So you can stay longer, no problem. People are very interested to you. Like people are going to come up and talk to you,
Nice.
which makes you feel very good. Like wow, I'm special. And then in Bolivia, if you can ride a
Right.
bicycle, if you can ride a bicycle, there's an activity called the dead road. So it's very much
Mm-hmm.
thrilling and very much dangerous, I would say, because by the name it says the dead road. And so what they do is
Right. Right.
they take you to a top of a mountain again, which is covered with snow, and they give you mountain bikes, and you're gonna just you don't have to pedal a lot. You're just gonna ride down from the mountain for let's say I'm not wrong, I'm not sure about the numbers, but it's around 50 kilometers or let's say 30 miles or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna ride, and it's gonna be so fast. Sometimes you're gonna ride at like 50 miles per hour speed in a bicycle, and you have no idea why you are
Oh.
there. But
Wow.
also you have to focus on the bicycle. But on the other hand, you're going to see the beautiful landscape. So you're confused, you're going to ride a bicycle or you're going to see the landscape. And then it comes the bad roads where there's no
Uh-huh.
roads. You're going to ride through the cliff. There's a cliff, you can fall down any moment. You're going to just press your brakes and ride down, and then you're going to ride down, and then you're going to end up in a nice resort, and you're going to chill the day, and you're
Mm-hmm.
going to return back to your home. This is one of the activities I did in
Nice.
La Paz. There's nothing much else to do in La Paz. There are a few indigenous wrestling matches you can watch, but I don't really like them
Uh-huh.
because I just don't like like violence. And
Right.
then
Right. Right.
from La Paz, you can go either go to Peru, uh, which is a Copacabana. It's not the Copacabana in Brazil, but there's a Copacabana also in Bolivia, which is
Mm-hmm.
an which is the lake. You're gonna go there and you can just cross to Peru, or you can
Mm-hmm.
go to the other cities in La Paz in Bolivia. So Bolivia has two capitals. One
Oh.
is La Paz,
Okay.
another one is Sucre.
Didn't know
Sucre,
that.
yeah, even I didn't knew that until I
Okay.
was in Bolivia. I used to know
Yeah.
it was La Paz, but
Right.
Sucre is one of the other capital. And when you go to Sucre, you're gonna find a different world. The, the city is white, not the white of the salt, but it's just white buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's I don't know how do I say it, but they don't have proper roof. They
Okay.
have like the sheds,
Uh-huh.
and it reminds me of Bhutan. So Bhutan is a country which is neighbor to India,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very one of the toughest country to go
Mm-hmm.
for Westerners because they have high taxes. They don't want
Mm.
tourism, and the buildings of Sucre remind me of Bhutan or anything something like that. White buildings
Mm-hmm.
and beautiful. You're gonna stay there for 2 days, and then you're gonna go to Potosi, which is the biggest, which is the highest city in the world.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, highest city in the world with over a million population. And
Mm-hmm.
there's some villages higher than that, but this is like a city-ish, and you're gonna go there to silver mines or gold
Mm-hmm.
mines.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you guys, if you have problem with breathing, Bolivia is not the best country for you. But if you are fit and fine, you are ready to
Uh-huh.
explore some unreal thing. You're gonna go inside the mine and you're gonna
Wow.
see the like gold and the silver on the walls. You can touch them, but you're gonna take them because it's not yours,
Right.
but you can just enjoy them.
Right.
And then you're gonna
Right.
come
Right.
back, and you can also get the flavor of Amazon in Bolivia. You're gonna go to Santa Cruz,
Mm.
and from there,
Mm-hmm.
there are few spots when you can go to Amazon. You can also enjoy the wildlife of Amazon in Bolivia. And the best part of
Mm-hmm.
Bolivia, I would
Mm-hmm.
say in general, is like every activity, everything you do, it's so cheaper than everywhere in the world. Like doing a
Right.
Amazon expedition or watching, let's say, the piranhas or anything, is going to cost you double in, let's say, Peru or Ecuador or in Brazil. But in Bolivia,
Mm-hmm.
it's always the
Mm-hmm.
cheapest place to go. So go there for 30 days, make the
Mm.
most of it. Don't miss the Salt Flat. The Salt Flat is a place you definitely want to go. That's it. I think that's the proper
Okay.
itinerary. Uni, La Paz, Sucre, Potosi, Santa Cruz,
Mm-hmm.
Copacabana, and I think this is the
Mm-hmm.
sixth place you don't want to miss. And of course, if you have time,
Mm-hmm.
go wander around. There's more to do.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like, man, there's a ton of stuff to do in Bolivia, and I
Yeah,
like the fact. I'm pretty sure our listeners like the fact that it's cheap or affordable, very very
super.
doable for the folks. I know that that's money is always a determining factor of
Factor.
where people go,
Yeah.
how long they stay. So yeah, so being in Bolivia, it looks like you can stay for quite a while. Looks like you can enjoy a lot of different activities, a lot of different excursions of what to do, and you won't break the bank. You know what I mean? You'll have
No.
some money left over to maybe go hop over in some other countries in Peru or Ecuador or something like that. So, but Bolivia is sounding real good. Now, what about the language? I'm assuming they speak Spanish. Do they? Is
Yep.
heavily any English at all, or just strictly Spanish?
Um. Well. There. Well, in restaurants and in active. So the best part is the tour companies. Everyone speaks English, so they know how they have to deal with the tourists. So the tour companies deal with English, and the streets with the bus operators, or if you're traveling super local, taking the local buses and everything. Well, you have to use Google Translator, or you're gonna learn some Spanish, but it's doable. It's
Yeah.
doable. It's not like I would say it was better than I was in as in Turkey. In Turkey, the guys had no idea about English, but with here, I think even some words they can understand.
Hmm.
It was doable. It was doable. But yeah, you won't find English speaking people like in Europe. In Europe, there are more English speaking people than in Bolivia. You
Okay.
have to learn some basic Spanish.
Right, right. See, that's important, man. Learn some basic Spanish. The hola is hello, gracias is thank you, and
Quanto
stuff like.
costa?
Yeah, yeah. Cuánto cuesta? How much is it? That's important.
Yeah,
That's important. So, if
yeah.
you have Rosetta, Rosetta, I don't know if you have Rosetta Stone, but it's a lot of folks just download Duolingo. You can learn some, some
Duolingo.
words. Yeah, you
Duolingo.
can
I'm
learn.
I'm still a member.
You still a
I have a
see? Yeah. Go
I have
ahead.
a streak of 125 days.
Oh, really? Really? So for
Yeah,
those folks
yeah.
out there who do not want to buy the Rosetta Stone or what have you, you can just download Duolingo, and I don't think that Duolingo have all of the languages that you can learn. Maybe it's a premium that you maybe have to pay for, but it is a free
But
app.
Spanish, French, Russian, this German, and this the other one is Portuguese. These are
Mhm.
the five language widely learned in Duolingo. Also Swedish and other stuff. So the
Yeah.
basic thing will be covered for travel.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like I said, Duolingo, man, you get your basic languages down. You can't get all of them, but you can at least get like your Spanish and different things like that that's popular around the
Yeah.
world. So
Just do
definitely
10
great.
minutes a day. 10 minutes a day, just doing a off break, just do a revision of 10 minutes a day. And by the time you are about to travel, you know something to do.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
good.
Very, very good. I highly recommend it. Now, as far as the food, I don't know. What about
Yeah.
what do you recommend in terms of food?
So in Bolivia, the best thing I would say, okay, vegetarians, just plug out your headphones. There's
Yep.
this, no, there's some stuff for vegetarian. There's a lot of stuff for vegetarian, but the best one I would say, the meat of llama or llama, the
Okay.
sheep of the uh, mountains with a
Mm-hmm.
big neck.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
generally find this picture associated with Cusco or Peru. They're
Mm-hmm.
also in Bolivia,
Okay.
and the meat is so nice and tender. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna enjoy it if you are into lamb meat. That's, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
on top of me, but you won't find it everywhere. You'll find it only in Uni, the place of the Sol Flat.
Okay.
Rest, rest. Bolivia has so many street vendors. I would definitely recommend street shops. Actually, there's very less restaurants. They're mostly street places, and they provide you very good chicken. They're small chickens, and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get it for like $1 to $2. They give you the
Mm-hmm.
chicken, some rice, and some
Mm-hmm.
fries. That's the basic meal everyone eats, and you're gonna enjoy it. Like good portion of meat and food. The other thing I would recommend is the soup. Try the rice soup of Bolivia. It's thick and it's also very local, very delicious. I can lick my lips
Mm-hmm.
right now thinking about the soup. It's people generally don't recommend soup as the main dish, but the soup is very nice. And the best part, even a
Yeah.
big meal will never cost you more than $3. Big meal with a Coke, $3
Wow.
maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and if you eat the big meal, you
Nice.
can
Yeah,
survive.
that.
Yeah, and in the cities, I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah. So.
in the street you have so many things people selling. I don't even know that stuff. It's so cheap and so nice. Just go and try. Just keep on trying everything in the street.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 50 cents, 25 cents
Mm-hmm.
for a plate of something. Just keep on trying.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna enjoy it.
I like that.
But
Very, very cheap. I'm sure, yeah, for our budget-friendly travelers out there, Bolivia may be the place to go. Now, is there anything that you wish you would have done when you're in Bolivia?
I would say I wish I would have gone to the Amazons, because I skipped the Amazons because I was supposed to go to Brazil. I was in Brazil, then I was supposed to travel to the Amazons, Manaus. If I've heard of Manaus, is
Mm-hmm.
the heart of the
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, and I was supposed to do a 15 days boat trip from Manaus to Leticia, which is the border of Brazil, Bolivia, and Peru. So it's a 15 days trip. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna go all the way through the Amazon. You're gonna stop in the villages. It's not a trip actually. It's not a tourist trip. It's a boat the local people of Amazon take to navigate, and you guys are gonna take it to cross
Mm-hmm.
the border. So I just skipped
Mm-hmm.
Amazon for that, but I wish I would have gone to the Amazon in Bolivia. Apart from that, I would
Mm-hmm.
say I really enjoyed it. I didn't miss anything much. I could have gone to the lake I mentioned before, near Copacabana,
Mm-hmm.
which is like
Mm-hmm.
50, which is like 3 hours from La Paz, but I don't know why did I skip it. I should have gone there. That's the thing I
Well,
miss doing in Bolivia. But I would say the salt flat is a thing. It never gets boring. You're gonna whenever I'm in South America, I'm just gonna go to Bolivia for the salt flat experience. That's the thing I wanna
okay,
do
okay.
again and again and again.
Right, right, right. So, the salt flat, and then what about the weather? What's the weather like in Bolivia?
It's cold. Either way, it's
Okay.
cold. It's cold and it's gonna rain or it's not gonna rain. But the best part is, uh, if it rains today, it doesn't rain tomorrow. So you always have a dry
Mm.
day to explore. It's cold.
Okay. Got you.
Cold and very dry. It's very dry since it's high up in the altitude. It's somewhere some thousand
Mm-hmm.
meters up. So be prepared
Mm-hmm.
for the dry weather. Bring some moisturizer. Bring some sunscreen. It's very cold.
Mm-hmm.
Very 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 cold. Not cold as in freezing cold.
Right,
You won't
right.
find snowfall in anywhere of the cities, but cold to your bones,
Uh-huh.
like because it's very dry. That's the weather
Okay.
up there.
Okay. Gotcha. 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 Now, how do folks how do the locals travel? Like local travel? Is it bus? Is it trains? Is it
Yeah.
Uber? How do folks travel?
So there is no trains because it's in
Mm-hmm.
mountains, but there is bus. Buses are somewhere. I would say for a journey of overnight journey would cost you something like $7 to $10.
Mm-hmm.
And there are cheap buses where you have broken seats, and there are good
Mm-hmm.
buses as well.
Uh-huh.
But I would say just get the cheap buses and travel with the locals and feel the country in your bones,
Mm-hmm.
and your ass. Feel the country. Because the roads are not the best, I would say. Few part of the country they have good roads, but rest Just feel the country.
Feel the country. I like that. Yeah, yeah. You got to be immersed, man. You got to be
Yeah.
immersed into the country and really get that feeling. Live like a local. See, live like a Bolivian and speak the language, eat the food. Do all kind of crazy stuff, man. It's a lot.
Buy souvenirs, shop souvenirs, buy some caps, buy some sweaters, because either way it's gonna be cheaper than any other countries around. So
Mm-hmm.
I was in Atacama, which is in Chile,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw some stuff, and I didn't buy them. But when I went to Bolivia, I saw the same stuff for half of the price. So I was like, smart.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, Bolivia is the place to go, man. And all my budget travelers out there, my economical travelers, I'm gonna hit Bolivia. It's on my list as well. So I'm definitely gonna hit
Soon,
Bolivia
soon.
up.
Make
Soon,
sure you go
yeah.
during make sure you go during December to February, because I would recommend those months for the simple fact that you're going to go to the salt flat and you're going to see both the dry and the wet. So you're going to get the reflection photo as well as you get the
Mm-hmm.
dry mode. So make sure this slot, go either way, go any months, but make sure you
Mm-hmm.
go in this months.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, yeah, right. Now, is there anything that you did not like about Bolivia?
Well, I personally, I would say something you folks might not like, because this is something I can relate to India, is the pedestrian respect. So you just have to be very careful in the streets. The cars go everywhere, they honk, and there is no much traffic to follow. So
Mm,
for me, it was kind of okay. But as folks around the world would not like it because they're not used to it, you're just gonna be very careful crossing the streets and everything. And rest, I would say I didn't like is the network was not much available everywhere. So you're gonna be looking for the network for stuff to do, but really be
mhm,
careful in the streets. Be careful in the streets, and
mhm,
also, needless to mention that, like any other country in the world, be it any other country, be careful in the nights, and uh, don't just wander around alone in some shady areas, because like every other country, you're gonna get really fucked up
right, right. Yeah, yeah, it can happen. It definitely can happen. So
in any
Bolivia, what
country.
what what type of vacation is Bolivia? Is it for like solo travelers? Is it for budget friendly travel? It sound budget friendly. Is it for like honeymooners or what is it? Group
Uh,
travel?
well, it can fit everywhere. It can fit everywhere. So if you are in a honeymoon, you
Hmm.
might not do some cities like
Hmm.
the mining and stuff, but you definitely go to the sulfur and stuff.
Hmm.
If you're in a group, you can just rent a car and get yourself fucked up in the bad roads, but you're gonna enjoy that adventure. And for
Hmm.
solo travelers, it's the gem for solo travelers, because you're just gonna hop into a bus. It costs you nothing, and you just go around to the big cities and main attractions, and you're gonna enjoy it. And people are gonna embrace you. You're gonna enjoy. Well, I really miss. There was not much to do as a party stuff, because I don't know. I don't know if I was tired enough to go to a party or something, but I really didn't party a lot in Bolivia. There's only Sucre, the capital I mentioned.
Hmm.
That's the place people would party, but the party stopped at 12 or 1. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of early. That's kind of early.
Yeah, that's the time. That's the time I would go for a party. So,
Right.
if you're into parties, don't go to Bolivia. But if
Okay.
you're into adventure and activities, definitely go to Bolivia. If you're into
Cool.
parties, I'll just skip to Bolivia. Do consider Budapest.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
I
just skipping, diverting from the topic a little bit, but
uh,
Budapest is the best place I've partied in my whole life.
I've heard about I heard about Budapest. So yeah, I heard it was
Yeah.
a party place. So that's
I,
interesting.
I never returned home in the dark. It was always in the like morning at 7, 8 or 9. Every night I used
Yeah.
to think, tonight I'm going to return in the dark, and it end up in the light.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, you know what? At least you getting home safe and it's light out, so you can get home safe. So
Safe.
we're about to head back. We got to pack our bags. We have a flight to catch. We're about to hit some gift shops and get some souvenirs and whatnot. But any last things about Bolivia that you would like to touch on that you haven't touched on just yet before we hit this flight back home?
Uh, no, I think you're done. So
Yeah.
I would say anything. I would say just grab so much souvenirs as you can in your bags, because you won't get those unique things anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
The best part is that everything is handcrafted. They don't have big industries in Bolivia, so you can
Mm-hmm.
see old women
Mm-hmm.
just in the shop making the stuff, and also they just already made stuff. Just go
Mm-hmm.
there, pick, do some bargaining, use your bargaining skills. This is one of the few countries where you can bargain in this
Yeah.
Western Hemisphere, because in most
Uh-huh.
of the countries in Western Hemisphere you can't bargain, but Bolivia is
Right.
highly good for bargaining. But
Okay.
rest, I would say, don't miss any activity. If you see any activity in a tour company, just
Mm-hmm.
compare them and do the activity, because one, definitely it's going to be cheaper than anywhere in the world. Two, you're going to enjoy it a lot. And three, well, just do it.
Right, right. Why not? Huh? Just do it. Like
Yeah.
Nike say, just do it. Um, cool, man. I'm glad that we got a chance to explore Bolivia. It's definitely, like I said, it's on my list of places to visit. So to all my ladies and gentlemen out there, we do have a flight to catch back home. So hopefully y'all got a lot of good information. Hopefully y'all got some good travel nuggets to take with you, some souvenirs and good stuff. So let's go ahead and do this. We have one on our way back home. Raja, we have one last segment. It is, a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get myself ready. But basically, I'm going to ask you a list of questions. All right. And
Okay.
you're going to
Yes.
answer them as fast as possible. And you can
Like
only
a rapid
use
fire?
one word answers. All right.
Only one
Rapid
word?
fire, lightning, quick, quick, quick.
Okay.
One
Okay. Can
word.
I drink some
I mean, you may
water?
use
Can I
like a
get,
supporting word, but just you drink some.
can
Yeah,
I
go
can I
ahead.
get
Get
some
ready,
water?
man. You better get ready, boy. Get some water, man. Hydrate. Get yourself right, because it's about to be a good game right here. Matter of fact, let me get myself ready. Let me bam, 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 bam. I think I got what I need. You ready?
I think I'm not, but let's see.
We good?
Let's see.
We're gonna find out. So
Um,
now, question number one: what is your favorite airline?
I think it's Vistara. It's from India. Vistara Airline.
What's your favorite hotel? Okay, what's your favorite
Uh,
hotel or hostel?
I would say it's the Casa Regenerate. It's in Brazil.
What is your favorite state in India?
My state, West Bengal.
Cloud, of course. What is your favorite country?
Philippines.
What is your favorite hotel or hostel booking site?
Booking.com.
What is your favorite flight booking site?
Skyscanner. Well, you cannot book there. You
Good one.
just search it, and you have to book from the different portals. But Skyscanner.
Good. What is one thing that Raja have to bring on all of his trips?
Currency from every country.
Hmm. Where do you want to go next?
I'm flying to United States. Then I want to go next to Mexico.
What other state would you live in?
In India,
That's India. You yep.
yeah. I would love to live in the capital, Delhi.
Okay. Delhi. Okay. What other country other than India and Brazil? What other country would you live in?
I would live in Argentina.
Last question. What is your favorite travel podcast?
I think something I have heard of. It's the Global Travel Podcast. Do you know about that?
I heard about it before. It's supposed to be a pretty
Oh,
smooth, charismatic person there. That yeah, but no, I always have to say, good answer. Man, much appreciated, Raja. Much appreciated.
okay.
Thank you so much, brother. And to
So,
all my listeners out.
yeah, to the listeners, if you have any doubts, just hit me up in Instagram on EXP Raja, and I will be glad to solve your doubt about Bolivia and other countries as well.
Her.
So, yeah.
So y'all, and I'm gonna put your all the information, social media, YouTube. I'll put it in the channel so all my listeners, you guys can follow him You can reach out to him, ask any questions, pick his brain. He'll definitely help. He's been in 37 countries, so I'm sure he's probably been to a country that you would like to go to. So if you
Yep.
have answer or questions that he can answer, he will answer them for you. And then not only that, to all my listeners out there, I need your undivided attention. We are now approaching our home airport, so I need you back into your seats, buckle up, trays up, and seats in the upright position. But before we land, Raja, if you can do us a huge favor, if you can give our listeners one last piece of travel advice, what would that be?
I'll just say, don't stop dreaming and start planning. This is the big
Well
advice.
said.
I think if you keep on dreaming, you can never travel. Stop dreaming and start planning your trip.
Wake up, wake your ass up and go. So, with that being said, man, we have finally landed and we're finally here safe. You can unbuckle your seatbelts, you can grab your belongings, and you can exit the cabin. Thank you for flying here with us at the Global Travel Podcast, and we'll see you on our next trip. If you would like to be a guest on our show and tell us about your travel experiences, then leave us a comment in the comment section below so we can reach out to you. Also, if you have any countries, states, or cities that you'd like us to review, please let us know so we can plan a trip there. Lastly, if you got some good value today and liked our podcast, please hit the like button and click subscribe so you can travel with us again next time. So subscribe right now because you don't want to miss the next trip. With that being said, over and out.